mẹ́rin gbóhùn erin ọ̀mọ̀sà jíyọ̀ lọ́bẹ̀ àjànàkú kọjá mo rí nǹkan fìrí tá a bá rẹ́rìn ká sọ pé arẹ́rìn. Solocard Multiventures Limited ilé ọ̀rẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ni mò ń sọ níbi kátà ojúlówó kẹ́míkà àti fataláísà tí kìí ṣe yèèpẹ̀. ọ̀rẹ́ mi sọnù kí owó bá sọnà.
Ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè. Ìwé kíkọ́ láìsí ọkọ́ àti àdá kò ì pẹ́ o, kò ì pẹ́ o. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ níṣẹ́ ilẹ̀ wa, ẹni kò ṣiṣẹ́ á máa jalè.
Thank you very much. My name is Mark Oluwafemi. We want to welcome you once again to Solocard Multiventures Limited, which is the arm of Solocard, where we are bringing about to you daily information on how to go about agricultural practice, which we call the Solocard TV. I first of all want to say compliment of the season. I want to welcome all farmers back to full activity, and we know we enjoyed your break, even though we know that farmers don't usually go on break as such, because the things on the farm something might happen to them. The farmers should go on break, and there will be trouble in the community because people will not see food to eat, and there will be chaos in the country because people will be having problems. So as such, we all know that farmers are very important. So if farmers should go on strike, you know what that means. Everybody is on strike, and there will be a big problem. So what I want you to know is that farmers are very important. And once again, we want to welcome you back to full activity from Solocard Multiventures Limited. Once again, my name is Mark Oluwafemi. And in view of this, we just want to be talking briefly about the recap of some things we've done before. That was in the last year, where we started the dry season farming. I'm sure you've been following us. You will have seen some of the posts, you will have read some things, and listened to some of our videos, or watched some of our videos, and listened to some tapes thereabout like that. That we're talking about dry season farming. We are still in the dry season, and as a matter of fact, we are in the heart of dry season now. If you go to the back of your house, till the ground and see, it is very hard. There is no moisture. Evaporation has taken over all the moisture in the soil because the temperature is very high. And these are some of the challenges that farmers will be having in their farm. Even within the short period of time this year, we have visited some farms this year just to check, just to see and observe what some of the challenges they are having and how to provide solution. We realize the fact that most farmers on their farm are having issue with their irrigation. As such, it's affecting their crop. Some farmers will call in, our crop is not doing fine, it's not doing this. We'll go there and check. We realize the fact that the bottom line is there is no enough water available for the crop. And once there's no enough water available for the crop, the plant will always exhibit some traits that seems like fungi. But in the recent, they are not fungi effects. It's just deficient in water. And that's what we want all farmers to understand. If you're doing dry season farming, your water source has to be adequate. And that's why we dwell so much on talking about irrigation when we started this episode of dry season farming. We talked about irrigation, the kind of irrigation you can use this season, and irrigation system that actually will be suitable for the kind of crops you're using. We get information from some farmers who were complaining about their watermelon farm, that the watermelon farm is having problems. They're having diseases, they're having viral infection. The question is how you irrigate your crop that determines what your crop will bring to you. Most of the time, the crops are being affected by the mode of irrigation system you are using. So that is why some farmers at the moment are having challenges of their crop, despite the fact they have irrigation. But the question is what type of irrigation are you using for the type of crop you are growing? Is it the suitable one, or you just feel like that one should work? No, though it will work. But the thing is it's going to bring about problem and challenges to that particular crop. This period, if you are doing vegetables and you are using overhead irrigation system for your vegetables, it is very risky because your plants will be having viral infection. The plants will be having coloration on the leaf, yellowing on the leaf. They'll be having patches on their leaf. They'll start getting burned as if something is eating up the edges of the leaves. Most of those things are viral infection when you have moisture on the leaves. And most of the time when you have moisture all over your leaves, when the sun sets in, it is very hot. It fries the leaf. And that's why most of the time some people are growing pepper. They are growing any kind of pepper, both pepper, bell pepper, chili pepper, habanero, green pepper, and other ones like that. If you are having your leaf folding, if your leaves are folding, most of you think there's a disease called leaf curl in tomato. It affects pepper too sometimes. But in this season, when you're having your leaf of a pepper fold in this period, it's not a problem. It's not a viral problem. It is deficient in water because the plant is trying to lose moisture into the environment because what the temperature is too hot. It is very scorchy these days that when you even go outside, you see the way you sweat. The same thing is happening to these plants. They are stationary at a particular point. So when water is not enough for them, you will be rest assured that they will want to cover themselves. They want to protect themselves. They want to shield themselves. Those are the things that you are seeing on the farm. So please, let's take note. Your water needs to be adequate. And I want to employ, if you are using drip irrigation on your farm and you are irrigating maybe for 30 minutes before, it is advised that you increase the time of irrigation. These are some of the things that we have observed. We visited several farms just this year and we have seen the challenges they are facing. Water is a problem. If you can give it enough water, the plants will survive and they will give you what you're doing adequately. So please take note of this one. So some of the challenges that farmers are facing at the moment, and that's why we want to try and explain more about the challenges that farmers are facing. Now, secondly, we talked about pests in our last episode. Those that are following on, if you can go back to our pages and check our last episode, we talked about pests, the pest that is affecting the farms this period. So please take note. This season, I'll go over it again. This season, you have more of pest attack than fungi attack. And why we're not going to be having fungi attack as much as if you're using the kind of irrigation that you're using will determine that anyway. But we have more pest attack. We have more beetle, we have more white flies, and we have more tree and aphid this period we are now. So please take note of that one. So these are some of the things you need to guard against. So please ensure that you do your pest control adequately. We went to a particular farm just about on the 4th day of this year, of this month this year, and we realized that the challenge they have on that farm is pest attack. Pest is attacking the farm, and that's what we observe. So please, we want you to take note of that. You need to control pests adequately this season. Adequately, you need to control pests this season because that's what is affecting the farms. Then, to most of people that do vegetable farms, I want to tell you, white flies is all over the farms now. White fly is all over the farms now. So please take note of that. Ensure you control the white fly. We mentioned a few chemicals that you can use to control white fly in the last episode. Please go to your vendors where you buy your chemical. If you're not close by, you can order from Solocard. We'll always wave it to you anywhere. Ensure you control white fly because white fly will reduce your yield by 50% if you do not control them. Please take note. White fly will reduce your yield by 50% if you do not control them on the farm. And this is the time they dominate farms. And this is the time white fly invade farms. Please want to take note of these things. To those of people that have cucumber on their farm at the moment, to those of you that have watermelon on the farm as well, please take note of beetles. Beetles are ravaging cucumber farms at the moment because the weather is dry. This is the time they can eat and fly around, and they reproduce very fast this season because there is no rain that will disturb them. So please take note of this one. You need to make sure your pest control needs to be adequate. And we want to advise you use, if you are using, we talked about pesticide the last time, one of our episodes, and we mentioned of contact pesticide and systemic pesticide. Please take note. It is advised you use systemic pesticide this period. It is advised you use systemic pesticide this period. Please take note of that one. When you use systemic pesticide, it helps you protect your crop against most of these pests that we're talking about. So these are some of the things we need to bring to your notice so you can understand how to go about these things. Because this season, to all farmers that are growing vegetables this season, this is the season where you need to make your money. This is the season where you can make your profits. This is where you can recover what you've lost in rainy season. So if you do not do it properly, you cannot recover those funds. All the money you spent so far to produce the produce this period, these are the seasons you need to use to recover those money. Because if you can do it well, you can make your money. But the only challenge that will make you not to make that money are the pests. Whiteflies and beetles. They are ready to destroy the farm this season because it's the time they have to also eat and store and reproduce excessively. So please take note of it. So your pest control has to be adequate. If you notice whitefly dominating your farm, you need to increase your timing of pest application or pesticide application. Normally if you are spraying your pesticide once in a week, at this period you need to increase it to twice in a week. Thereby you need to control and observe your farm properly. We talked about this in one episode. Please observe your farm. The farm we went to recently, we realized the fact that the man is not even entering the farm. He lives at the edge of the farm, just look through the farm and find the farm. Please walk through your farm. When you walk through your farm, you will see these pests. They will fly. They will fly out when you are walking. So you really know if they are invading the place, if they are there or not. So you can actually know what to do immediately. And if you don't even know what to do, contact those that knows about it. Our number is all over the screen. You can always send a message to us on WhatsApp. You can always call to even see. You ask questions. Okay, this is what I observe my farm. What can I do? So you could be briefed on what to do, and actually so that you don't lose your field. Please take note of this one. And to those people that are growing sweet corn, and to those that are even growing the normal corn this period, please take note. Armyworm is all over the place now. You have armyworm attack all over the place too. So please take care of all these things. These are the things that are going to reduce your yield on the farm. So we want all our farmers to make maximum yield this season, because to every season there is a profit for it. So if you don't do the right thing, you might not get that result you're actually looking for. So we want all our farmers to make good use of this season to those that are cultivating. Please take note, the grain market is expanding exponentially and the prices are increasing because of the export rates. So please take note of this. You can make use of this avenue. At the moment now, to those that have soya beans, to those that have maize on their farm, they are harvesting, they are threshing, you're going to make good money from it now. As I speak to you now, a ton of maize is being sold for about 240,000 naira, as the case may be, or 230,000 naira, as the case may be, all the way from 165. You can see the increase. It's an exponential increase. A ton of soya beans now is sold about 120, 420, 430, 450, all the way from 290. You can see the exponential increase. So when you have these grains now, please take note. You need to be able to do it well and actually make the maximum profit out of this season. And to those of you that are storing your grain this season, please take note. We have some other pests that are ravaging the place. Ensure the place is aerated, so you're able to reduce the pests that will eat your grains when you are storing them. So please, you need to take note of all these ones too. Ensure the place is aerated, so that pests will not then. To those that are storing grains as well, so please take notes. You need to do your crib very well, such a way that rodents will not be able to invade the place, so that will not finish your grains. Because that's some of the things that we face as a farmer too. Because post-harvest loss is one of the challenges some farmers are facing too on their own side. They successfully produce the food, they successfully done everything, but post-harvest loss is the problem. So please take note of all these things, and these are some of the things that reduce your profit. Like we always say on this channel, if you are a farmer and you are making profit, we as a venture, we are also making profit. And that's why we are always bringing all this information to your notice, so that you can actually make profit. So please take note. We want you to understand how these things occur and how it happens. Some persons will come and say, I didn't even know what's happening in my farm. Last year this one happened, this year this one happened. These are some of the things that don't happen just by magic. They happen gradually. But if you do not observe them, you might not see them coming. And there is room for you to see them coming and control them. And that's why you have all these pests. And that's why you have this pesticide available. But you need to take note of them. Then secondly, we know fungi. We know there are fungi ravaging some farms too now. To those that are using overhead irrigation. Talking about the sprinkler, the mini sprinkler, the spray tube, that is the micro sprinkler, then the jet sprinklers, all whatever you. So what is overhead irrigation system? We could have fungi effect on your farm, but it's advised to control those fungi. Number one, what we advise to do is when you're using sprinkler in your farm, please let the irrigation be run in the morning. Do your irrigation in the morning. Then use your pest control on the field. So when you do your irrigation in the morning, then you use your fungicide on the field. So please ensure that the fungicide you are using has mancozeb as one of the active ingredients. inside. Ensure the fungicide you're using should have mancozeb or azithromycin should be inside. These are the major active ingredients in the fungicide you should use that could actually help your farm if you're actually using ovarian repair system. Then also you can also use copper-based fungicide. Now these are the fungicide that could help you mitigate or reduce or eliminate fungal attack on your farm this season. So please take note of that one too. We want you to make profit. That's why we are bringing this information to you, so you can actually be informed on how to do about this thing, what the challenge that your farm is facing, and how to respond to those challenges immediately. So please, let me give you a recap of what we said so far. Take care of your water application very well. Ensure that the water is well supplied. Secondly, take care of pests. The major challenge this season we are now is pests. And if you can actually control those pests, you will make maximum yield. I repeat, maximum yield on your farm than ever before. Then what I'm saying again, to those that are using ovarian repair system, please ensure you use your fungicide and let your fungicide be well applied. And I said the active ingredient in your fungicide could be mancozeb, it could be azithromycin, or it could be a copper-based fungicide. Please take note of all this information, and we wish you a bountiful harvest in this season. And that's why we are bringing this information to you, such a way that you can make more profit. So once again, my name is Mark Oluwafemi for Solocar TV, and from Solocar we are saying we wish you a bountiful harvest this season and more profit to you. Thank you very much for staying to Solocar Multiventures Limited. We are always there to help you. We'll be waiting for your feedback, we're waiting for your questions, we're waiting for your updates. Thank you very much.
Bàbá Sídí, ọ̀rẹ́ mi, níbi táyé lajú dé yìí ló tún roko àrógbá kéèké.
Wọ́n rò ó ti sú mi, mo ti fi kó tó ẹ̀mẹ́ta lọ́dún
yìí. Níbo ló ti wá ra kẹ́míkà tiẹ̀?
A ní lọ́dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n máa ń to kẹ́míkà sẹ́gbẹ́ títí ibẹ̀ mo rà.
Ọmọ ṣe o, àgbárí bíjá tòtò kí o tò.
Kàṣà.
Sórí, ó ti gbọ́n pa Sólókáàdì ń tiẹ̀. Sólókáàdì nìkan ní ta ojúlówó kẹ́míkà. Tó o bá dọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ kò sírú kẹ́míkà tó wá tó rí. Kí ni jẹ́ èpò níwájú kẹ́míkà Sólókáàdì?
Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni? Ṣé lóòótọ́?
Òótọ́ ni mo sọ fún ọ. Wo, máa yá lọ.
Mo rí gbogbo rẹ.
Kẹ́míkà Sólókáàdì.
Sólókáàdì.
Bẹ́ẹ̀. Kẹ́míkà Sólókáàdì, kẹ́míkà tó dáa ni.
Sólókáàdì.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kẹ́míkà Sólókáàdì.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Dákun ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Níbo ni iléeṣẹ́ wọn wà bí ṣọ́ọ̀bù wọn níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ta tèmi náà ti lè ra?
Amúnigun Ògùnpa náà ni.
Ògùnpa ń bẹ̀rù.
Nọ́mbà 57.
Nọ́mbà 57.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Amúnigun Ògùnpa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. Tọ́ ọ bá ti débẹ̀ ó ti rí ilé wọn báyìí. Wọ́n kàn wọ ọbẹ̀ lọ mú yìí tó wù ọ́.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi.
Wo àgbẹ̀ ti di rọrùn.
Tèmi ti dá lọ́dún yìí. Ṣé lọ ọ̀rẹ́?